also. And suddenly things are working for South Africa, and so you go through a lazy phase and then you can make a comeback also on a surface like this.
Your point is so valid. They would have got to the drinks break thinking we've done a fantastic job. We've got ourselves through the first 14 overs, and then they come on, and just all of a sudden you can sometimes just take your foot off the concentration pedal and get a little bit loose. You got a good one. Simon Yubbs, and nothing he could have done about it, and there goes down to your point of luck. So sometimes you have to just play and hopefully miss them, and there was nothing he could have done about that. But all of a sudden, after a great start, Pakistan will be back under pressure. But man who's dealt with a few pressure situations this time, Babar Azam, I feel will be the key.
Yeah, you got to be firm. Whatever you want to do out there as a batsman, you got to be firm, leaving the ball or playing with soft hands. Yeah, this is what triggered a South African comeback, that little huddle. Shan Masood, such a good shot. First ball in the slot, caught, and then he got a beauty. Round the stumps, a little bit of sideways movement, enough to get the outside edge.
Gripping stuff here in this opening encounter. Crowd really getting involved.
Corbin Bosch bowling with some nice speed as well. He's into the mid 140s, and that's good signs for South Africa. Just a little bit concerned. So sometimes on the first morning of a test match, with the surface being new and the grass covering, your front foot can just slip a little bit on at point of delivery. So he's just making sure that he kind of scuffs it up so it's nice and dry and more abrasive to allow the studs to grip.
Really good start from Corbin Bosch, getting it up into that mid 140s at the batter.
Good that he's not been advised a lot. Normally when you're playing your first test match, there's so many things being told to you, but he's off to a great start, and so he's doing what he does best. Pace, bounce, and his attitude has been good as well.
Overs gone. It's 41 for 2.
कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बॉटल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
हमदर्द जुशांदा का 1 पैकेट बॉईल करें, दिन में 2 बार पिएं और खांसी और नेज़ल कंजेशन को जड़ से खत्म करें। नो केमिकल्स, नो साइड इफेक्ट्स। आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें विद हमदर्द जुशांदा।
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है। बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
Yeah, you wonder where that one's come from, but in all honesty, what he did is he went around the wicket to the left-hander and he got his wrist positioned into the kind of position to be able to deliver a ball that shaped in and then swung away, or angled in and swung away. And now he's gone back over to the right-hander, and what he's tried to do with that last one is bowl an away swinger. You can see the wrist position strongly set for that away swing delivery, but obviously the radar not quite on track, just making a little bit of work for Kyle Verreynne, taking it the other side of first slip. Yeah, it was a brilliant wicket to get rid of Simon Ayub, but I think Babar Azam will be very disappointed. But there's no need to be pushing at this one outside the off stump. It was quite well away from his body. He could have just watched it go by. He's only been there for the 10 deliveries before this one. And I tell you what, that's a really good catch from Aidan Markram, because it was close to Tristan Stubbs. Sometimes it gets into your eye line. Dane Patterson, I thought he would be the effective bowler for South Africa on the surface. He's not the tallest individual, he's skiddy, but I thought he would hit the right leg, and he's proved to do so. Babar Azam goes for 4. South Africa have their third, 41 on the ball.
का निशाना, पैदावार के साथ इनामात का खजाना, जीते बेशुमार इनामात और उम्रा टिकट के बम्पर प्राइजेस। बोतल पर दिए गए QR कोड स्कैन करें और कुरानदाजी में शामिल हो जाएं।
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro. Panda.
Babar Azam.
Yeah, he seemed to be in two minds. Babar Azam's wicket brings Saad Shakil out at 5. Pakistan have lost a 3 for 5. After a resolute first hour with the bat, South Africa have stormed back. Shakil, 16 matches, is averaging over 50, 750s and 400s, so huge responsibility on his shoulders, especially in the early dismissal of Babar Azam.
Very good at rotation of strikes, Saad Shakil. Not a big striker of the ball, but he's a determined fellow. Your typical test match batsman.
Hush around the ground, how things have changed so quickly. It's the kind of test match that moves along very quickly. Race away to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, they'll forgive Dane Patterson for this one. He's picked up 2 wickets. He's had a big impact. Once again, though, not adjusting to the left-hander, right-hander combination. And what a nice ball to get as your first ball on tour. Just clips it away, the Saad Shakil, and he's off the mark with a boundary. Much like Babar Azam, who got a nice friendly one to start him off.
Let's not dwell on what happened next.
He's got to be disappointed that it was a bit of a nothing shot by Babar. I mean, he's set such high standards for himself, and technically he's got such a nice bat swing. He gets his body and everything into a fantastic position, but just mentally on this occasion it was well outside the off stump. No need to push it.
As I suggested earlier, it was more a one-day or a T20 kind of a shot where he tends to run the ball down through the slip cordon for a run. Got drawn into playing that one. A late reaction opened up as well, so it wasn't exactly a side-on movement from him. There you see that back leg pointing towards cover instead of point.
It was almost like he was still in one-day mode and then thought to himself, yes, run it down, no don't, and try to take his bat out the way. But the South Africans won't mind. Good take that from Aidan Markram.
Oh, hello. Hammered straight past the bowler, and it will find the boundary for 4.
When he walked in, you said he's just a genuine test player, just looks to nudge it around, won't play any big shot.
That was a nudge. That was a nudge.
Seriously? It was a nudge? Tell us more, Ramis.
Yeah, you see, it wasn't really off the middle of the blade, but I think probably he's got a brief to go out there and be just a little bit more attacking.
Well, he's answered the call, certainly. 49 for 3, 1 ball to go in this 18th over. How's that cavalier? What a way to bring up the 50 for Pakistan. 53 for 3.
Ramiz Raja.
Another nudge.
top 10 of the ICC Test rankings, the men's batting. South Africa will hope that Bavuma can continue where he left off in that series against Sri Lanka. Really brilliant with the bat. Player of the series. Saad Shakil. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. At the start of the day's play, when South Africa win the toss and decide to bowl first, you would think South Africa would be thinking, if we can get them 60 for 3 at lunch, we've done our job. And then at the drinks break, they would have been hoping, well, let's just get the breakthrough. Pakistan would have been chuffed. They would have been thinking, if we can just get 70 for 1 at lunch break, we've kind of done our job. So it's still kind of in the balance. But South Africa will be very happy with that little short spurt, 5 runs, 3 wickets. Temple Bavuma will be feeling much happier about winning the toss and deciding to have a go with the ball first.
He's onto that quickly. He doesn't get all of it. Just the intent that's being shown out there after those quick wickets.
Yeah, you've got to really make sure that you apply the batting mode here. What kind of an innings you want out of yourself? And I think Saud Shakil is quite happy putting the pressure back on the bowlers. 3 boundaries in his 14.
And he's striking at 280 strike rate.
Isn't. I'm going to review this.
Yeah, there's a noise as it went past. Is it the bat that sometimes can just creak a little bit as you try and play that shot? South Africa convinced. So Shakil, he's not. Has Bosch got his second test victim?
For court, on-field decision is not out. Check both feet, fair delivery. You can go to front or replay. Yeah. Nice and slow. Ball is close to the glove. Would like to see the ultra edge. Yes. Okay. There is a spike as the ball passed the glove. I recommend you to change your decision. You need to change your decision to out. You on the screen.
Alex Wolf has to overturn his decision. Corbin Bosch's dream test debut continues. He's got his second wicket. Pakistan now 4 down.
Yeah, very unlike kind of a knock from Saud Shakil. Normally takes a lot of time at the crease to build a test knock. Looked to be just a little bit rushed. 14 he got, and just a little too quick for his liking as well. Ultra edge confirming that it was off the glove. South Africans were absolutely dead on a review, and they got that in their favour. Saud Shakil's little knock comes to an end. Got 14. Pakistan struggling now. 56 for 4.
का निशाना, पैदावार के साथ इनामात का खजाना, जीते बेशुमार इनामात और उम्रा टिकट के बम्पर प्राइजेस। बोतल पर दिए गए QR कोड स्कैन करें और कुरानदाजी में शामिल हो जाएं।
हमदर्द जुशांदा का 1 पैकेट बॉईल करें, दिन में 2 बार पिएं और खांसी और नेज़ल कंजेशन को जड़ से खत्म करें। नो केमिकल्स, नो साइड इफेक्ट्स। आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें विद हमदर्द जुशांदा।
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro. Panda.
That's 2. Centre. 2. Right time over, 3 balls remaining.
The experienced Mohammed Rizwan comes out with his team in trouble. He's got a big job to do here. South Africa are rampant. 1050s, 300s. You'll need all that experience to come to the fore. 4 for 20 is what Pakistan have lost after a good start in that first hour. Here's Bosch.
He must be walking on air at the moment. He's got the crowd, they're clapping and chanting for him. He's already picked up 2 test victims in his first 3 overs. That was just the pace and the bounce that did for Syed Shakil. Got onto him quickly. You can see his bat is well behind with regards to where it was supposed to be at that moment of impact. And boy oh boy, Corbin Bosch has hit the ground running here in this test arena. 2 quick wickets, and he must be wanting to pinch himself at this stage. The family's happy.
He spoke about how it would feel to come out here where his dad really made a name for himself out at Supersport Park. And what a moment to be able to come out here and make your test match debut.
Yeah, Tertius Bosch is his dad. He played in 1991, I think, or 92 it was, against the West Indies. The first test match that South Africa played after readmission. That's his mom on the left-hand side. Tertius, unfortunately, has passed away quite a while back. He got 3 test wickets, and Corbin's already got himself 2.
So through the gap, edgy for 4. A successful over for Corbin Bosch and South Africa, 60 for 4.
का निशाना, पैदावार के साथ इनामात का खजाना, जीते बेशुमार इनामात और उम्रा टिकट के बम्पर प्राइजेस। बोतल पर दिए गए QR कोड स्कैन करें और कुरानदाजी में शामिल हो जाएं।
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro.
If that happens, there'll be a lot of trouble this afternoon, I would imagine. Simon Aliaga to come in next. We know he can bat, that's for sure. He certainly can bowl as well. A little bit of off spin. Just to look at the last ball, the last over. Just tried to pull out of that at the last minute, but got it away. Did Rizwan for a 4 to get off the mark. Solid shot through the covers, that one. Gordon has just slapped that for 4. That's a fine shot.
Yeah, it's definite intent shown by Gulam. He's not going to hang about. We saw how aggressive he was in the one-day series. A little bit of width. I tell you what, as a bowler, you'll be smiling with this, because flashing outside off on a wicket that's moving, you're bringing the slips into play. But on top of the bounce, well executed.
We saw him in the one-day series. He's a naturally aggressive player. I know that Ramiz was making a few comments about the way they like to play. Didn't pick up a single there. Certainly should have.
Yeah, easy one. Certainly bring out a little conversation between the 2 batsmen. Just the ball seam, creating that nip off the wicket. It's so difficult to play. I will say Pakistan are doing a really good job for the first 15 overs, and the last 4 or 5 overs it's been all South Africa.
Yep, totally. And that last situation where they didn't pick a single up where they could have, I mean, that's symptomatic of the way they've actually got to make sure they are nice and busy out in the middle in this situation.
Most certainly, easy. The thing is, when you're losing quick wickets, you need to keep the scoreboard ticking. Keep that intensity at the crease, build some sort of momentum as a batting unit, create the confidence in the change room again for the next batters. I think what's been disappointing for Pakistan is just the manner in which they lost their wickets. It's been decent bowling. There's been a few good deliveries here and there, but There's been some really ill-disciplined shots.
Nice tight line that time from Patterson.
As we spoke about earlier in the game, the importance of batting up front is leaving outside off stump. It's one of the most dangerous areas to flirt with your bat.
And that's what we're saying about the openers. They played so well, they held their line with the bat and didn't follow the ball. And yes, with it being slow movement, you would be tempted, but with those wickets that have fallen, you can see them almost following the ball.
Inside edge that time. I do think a prime example was the wicket of Babar Azam. We know how important Babar Azam is in Pakistan's lineup. Back in the test lineup for this, just look at the width of this.
Yeah, it's too wide. It's almost 7th or 8th stump. It just feels like... I'm not sure how he got dragged into it. It's so wide and the length is short, so it's not a full delivery where your eyes light up to whack it through the covers. I think he'd be very disappointed with that dismissal. And I mean, Shan Masood as well. He's one a touch fuller, but really not a threatening delivery to lose your wicket to.
Yeah, it was the first delivery that Bosch bowled. You're right, it was another loose shot.
Saud as well. The one caught down the leg side.
Oh, goodness me. That has stunned a few players out there, I'd imagine. That is far from ideal in this situation. That's the end of the over. He's lucky. Rizwan is lucky. 65 for
कोका-कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका-कोला के साथ।
हमदर्द जुशांदा का एक पैकेट बॉईल करें, दिन में 2 बार पिएं और खांसी और नेज़ल कंजेशन को जड़ से खत्म करें। नो केमिकल्स, नो साइड इफेक्ट्स। आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें विद हमदर्द जुशांदा।
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है। बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
perfect channel from Bosch. Kamran Gullam actually played a similar shot in that one-day international at the Wanderers and hit it straight up there and got out after playing so well in the previous game when he picked up player of the match. That was a crazy shot from Rizwan.
I think I saw Hashim Ahmed play that same shot in a test match, but he might have been on 298 at some stage. They're allowed to, but so early on in a test match, and yes, with the ball moving around, you always want to move the game forward and you want to be aggressive, but you have to pick the right shot, the right ball at the right time.
20 minutes before lunch, that is just far from ideal. Been lots of talk about Corbin Bosch, obviously the son of the late Tertius Bosch, father and son combination, playing Test cricket. The third. Here's another look at that shot, by the way. That is just a crazy situation. Captain in the white ball game, and he does that just before lunch on day one.
Hazy, I can only assume that it's part of a batting plan for the Pakistan team.
No.
It's not something you see often worldwide.
Top edge. That's gone safely. All the way for 6.
Very fortuitous for Ghulam. It's going in the manner that Pakistan batsmen have been playing. Aggressive, fighting fire with fire against the South African bowlers. It is a short delivery and he's gone. He's given it the full kitchen and sink. And if you are going to play that shot, you got to go hard.
Yeah, and it's something that Corbin Bosch, I mean, known him for quite a long time, almost all of his whole career. Something like that would really excite him. He's a guy that does enjoy bowling the short ball, doesn't enjoy being aggressive. But he has found a very good line and length full, and when he gets that short ball right.
Now that's gone over the top of the stumps. Not by much. Not by much at all. There's plenty going on at the moment at Super Sport Park just before lunch.
Yeah, the Pakistani batsmen are walking on thin ice here. But there's 2 types of leaves. Guys, there's a good leave and a bad leave, and that we would say is a good leave, as long as it doesn't touch the timber. It's funny when you play a pull shot and goes over the batsman for 6, we say, what a shot, what's he doing?
Short and wide. He's got enough bat on that to take it away. For 4.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You've got to wait for the right ball at the right time. Short and wide from Bosch, and absolutely safe shot. Just get a bit of bat in it and let it fly over the slips. 143 k's an hour. And with that extra pace, you can see just getting a bit of bat on it and watch it fly to the boundary. There will be scoring opportunities when in a wicket like this, because bowlers will tend to look for that magic delivery. They will look for wickets because they know the opportunity will be there. It's about being patient. And I'll hop on it, get the bowlers into their 3rd, 4th, 5th spells, tie them down, and that's when you can capitalise. But when you are playing shots like this, you always wonder that chance might come sooner rather than later.
Yeah, they've got to fight hard for 15 minutes now, Pakistan. They've got to really knuckle down here because it has been a bit of a wild 10 minutes. Now, I was saying that Tertius and mother and son pairing to play for South African Test cricket, the 3rd, by the way, with Sean and Peter Pollock, and also Stephen and Jimmy Cook. What a day. Corbin Bosch, 2 for 21 he's got. Wicket with his first delivery bowled. 21 overs gone, 75 for 4.
कहीं से भी बैंकिंग करें क्योंकि बैंकिंग कहीं जाने का नहीं, अल्फा करने का नाम है. Download the new Alpha app.
Yeah, there's a bit of a look back from Mohammad Rizwan towards Patterson as well. Sheepish look back. Salman Ali Agha to come in next. Good average from him. Amir Jamal. And then Naseem Shah. So it drops away. In a really good partnership, Pakistan. South Africa been outstanding since Pakistan started giving him a sniff with those soft dismissals.
Yeah, we mentioned patience with the batting. It has to be the same with the bowling. There is enough in this wicket. You can find that consistent line and length, which Dane Patterson is so well known for. The ball is nipping around. Overhead conditions are helping. Pitch is slow, but there is a little bit of movement. Have to be patient and force those batters to try take the chances. Well,
just the single on that occasion.
They're not using their feet anymore,
you can just hear Carl Verena on the stump mark there. They're not using their feet yet, Pato. After that shot, you almost feel as a batter, Hash, you play a false shot, you almost go back into your shell a little bit and admonish yourself and say that wasn't the best shot, let's get back to it. Or you say, well, that's the way I'm going to play and I carry on.
Well, it depends if that shot is in my game plan, because if it is in my game plan, then you continue playing it. But if it's not, then you definitely back away. So certainly that shot in the game plan of the Pakistani, down the wicket, and he smashed it through the covers, does Ghulam. He moves on to 20 of 17 deliveries, and it's the fighting fire with fire mentality that they've brought to the crease.
Yeah, the partnership now 24 of 18 with that little drive. That's a little bit of advancing from Ghulam. It's a pretty nice shot. I know the length that he's looking to bowl Patterson. He still will get a little bit of nibble out of this track. That's the danger when you go down and try and play that shot.
Yeah, the reason they're going down, I get the feeling is that they're not backing the defense, staying in the crease, facing somebody bowling with this pace and this accuracy. Just like that. Swell ball by Patterson, looking for 2, and they get it comfortably. is when you don't back your defense against the bowler, you try to manufacture something to take the bowler out of his plan A, which is hitting a good area. Well bowled for Dane Patterson. He hasn't changed his area. He's still hitting that fourth stump and asking the good questions to Pakistani batters.
Well, there's two reasons to go down the track to someone like Patterson. One is to try and upset his length, which is probably not going to work with Patterson because he's just beautifully plugged in at that length throughout his entire career. The other is to try and negate any movement, but if it is doing anything significant, then if you're not quite at that pitch and your balance isn't ideal, then you do risk inviting those slips into play. On target straight away from Patterson, worked away.
Just in hindsight, having a look at the Pakistani batsmen using their feet, I do wonder if it's not an idea for them to continue using your feet, but not necessarily using your feet and just throwing your hands at the ball. You can use your feet, change the length that the ball is coming towards you, but you don't have to play an attacking shot. You can leave, you can play the ball on merit on what's the length coming to you when you've used your feet.
Short that time, nicely played by Rizwan. Good over for Pakistan, nice and positive, 84 for 4.
का निशाना, पैदावार के साथ इनामात का खजाना, जीते बेशुमार इनामात और उम्रा टिकट के बम्पर प्राइजेस। बोतल पर दिए गए QR कोड स्कैन करें और कुरानदाजी में शामिल हो जाएं।
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro.
Nicely worked by Mohammad Rizwan, easing on the onside, comfortably coming back for the second. Constance, I think it was the 11th ball he faced. He ramped from Bumrah, attempted that ramp shot, played it a couple of times successfully. He was quite extraordinary the way that he played, so he was the only one who was nice and aggressive. Khawaja got a tail end off the bottom of the bat and was caught by a roll off Bumrah. Labuschagne played it tough for 72. Smith not at 68. That'll concern India after his last test match. They were happy when they got head for naught, obviously. And Cummins can certainly do a job with Smith. But after that, it just falls away a little bit. But handy from Carey. Marsh has been short on runs, but it's an interesting position of that important test match at the MCG in front of 92,000 people on Boxing Day.
And you just wonder if it was tactically in the change room from the Pakistan coaching staff and players saying, right, we're going to go out there, we're going to play aggressively, and it's almost counter-punch against South Africa's bowling attack, who took 4 quick wickets. And you just wonder, was it maybe a chat going, right, boys, we need to get out there and get on with it, and get as many as we can before we get bowled up?
I think it was, particularly the way they've played against Dane Patterson. They've probably felt that he's the biggest threat on this wicket with his area, so we're going to try and be proactive against his bowling to put him off his length.
Oh, he's had a dip of that white one.
And with the rest of the South African bowlers, they are going to look to be attacking, but not necessarily running down the wicket. But if it's short and wide, if it's full, we're going to play as many shots as we can. And that's a very wide delivery. If you get out to that, you're just kicking yourself in the change room. He's the one getting away with it. He's missed it by a mile, but it's a really low percentage shot to be playing.
Nicely bowled at the body, coming back in towards Rizwan.
Yeah, Corbin Bosch has found that length. Something's definitely happened off the wicket. It's either jagged back or it's nipped away, and he's getting some seriously good carry. bowling at good pace, 143 k's an hour. So if you can hit that length just above the stumps, you're always in play.
This crowd is starting to build up nicely too here at Supersport Park. There's a nice buzz here. Nice fuller delivery that time, angling back into Rizwan. Played well on the onside.
Watch it! And you have that old school Supersport Park feel as you when the crowd does come in to watch Test cricket. They're definitely not watching the cricket currently. But it's got such a nice vibe around the ground. Those grass banks are so unique to Centurion. And when the crowd does come out, just in case, coach, I'm ready if you need me in. University of Pretoria.
Outside quarter of the bat. Safely enough though. End of that over, 87 for 4. That's how he always fronts up for day one of a test match. Look at those tidy gentlemen alongside. Bright orange shirts. Anything goes the other blokes, not Oscar. Oscar's looking nice and smart, but his mates alongside him are a little bit scrubby with their clothing. Where's Midnight? Let's have a look at Midnight again. Is he up there? What's Midnight looking? There's Oscar. Where's Midnight? Is he looking sharp? Where's Midnight? Hiding probably. Yeah, there's Midnight. Looking sharp, Midnight? No. No.
I'm a big fan of the suit, Oscar. Oh, really happy with the badge on it, but I'll let it go.
He doesn't mind a shout, Verena. The shouts for pretty much everything. Johnson again. Actually played in the very first game that was played here.
Yeah, I remember watching Mark Hazeman come out to bat as a youngster. I mean, I was young, not Hazy. Hazy's still very old.
Settle.
One of the greatest mullets you would have.
टिकट के बम्पर प्राइजेस, बोतल पर दिए गए QR कोड स्कैन करें और कुरानदाजी में शामिल हो जाएं।
इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ। इस मैजिकल ऑफर को जाने ना दें। अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।
Enjoy unlimited free deliveries and order on and on and on with Panda Pro. Panda.
जैज़ के पास हर नीड का हल है। बस *699# मिलाओ और अपने लिए खास बनाए हुए पैकेज को अपनी सुपर पावर बनाओ।
हमदर्द जुशांदा का 1 पैकेट बॉईल करें, दिन में 2 बार पिएं और खांसी और नेज़ल कंजेशन को जड़ से खत्म करें। नो केमिकल्स, नो साइड इफेक्ट्स। आप भी अपनी सेहत को नेचुरली ठीक रखें विद हमदर्द जुशांदा।
अब कोका कोला की 2 लीटर बोतल सिर्फ 220 रुपए में। खाना बनाए मैजिकल कोका कोला के साथ।